Hey, what's going on everybody? Strategist back with another daily high ELO casting, and I really want to say I am embarrassed to say, that I actually let my hard drive get too full again. And the only reason this happens is because they're solid state drives, and so there's not really all that much space on them. Because I just have like a couple small ones in a RAID 0 to help with the higher quality videos. Anyway, that's besides the point. The main point is, of course, this game. So what we want to focus on is that Mandate is actually taking a lot of damage. Alright, so Mandate gets out of there. Alright, no problem at all. But there is going to be quite some conflict between these teams. Looks like there's quite a bit of action going down at bottom, but nothing... Never mind, there's not a lot of action. There's no action. Gragas is going back. Doesn't really have any health or mana, but he did push the lane pretty hard, and it looks like Din's really wanted to either just farm or take this tower. I'm not quite sure, but he's keeping the push up quite a bit, which is a little interesting. Oh, and a lot of damage. A great stun coming out from I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, so Varus goes down, and now Kog'Maw is going to be going up against this Leona. Leona's going to go down. Great double kill coming out from Kog'Maw, and that's one thing you never want to have is a fed Kog'Maw. So I think Janna kind of did a little bit of a tunnel vision and didn't actually get an exhaust off. But Riven and Udyr are both engaging really hard onto this Malphite. Malphite's so close to dying. Bear stun isn't going to come out. The Ignite also coming down. Turtle stance coming out. He's going to go down. Riven does not pick up the kill, but she does get an assist, which I guess isn't too bad. That was red team's first kill, so I think blue team is getting a little bit overzealous on that one. Did give Malphite a kill. Again, Malphite is one of the other champions you don't really want to feed because later game he gets terrifying. Of course, it all depends on his build, and he was nerfed a little bit, but nothing too crazy. So let's see, as far as percentages go, the red team has 3 junglers, 3 people that main jungle. Oh, and a lot of damage going out. Oriana using her ult as well as Gragas at about the same exact time. The Ignite doesn't quite finish her off. She gets away with about 20 health. Crazy. And then the body slam coming out from Gragas. He's just going to continue to farm. Does have his passive to where whenever he uses the spell, he's going to be able to gain a little bit of health from that. And of course, his drunken rage is just absolutely ridiculous. Gragas-esque, of course, the classiest of all classy champions. Oh, and a lot of damage going out into Varus. Varus almost goes down from just the simple burst of Janna and Kog'Maw. It's not a lot, and a lot of pings going down. Oh, the Tiger stance coming out from Udyr is going to do a ton of DPS, and the ultimate coming out from Skarner, doing a lot of damage, being able to lock him down just a little bit, but now it's going directly onto Oriana and transferring right over to Leona. Janna ults just for a brief second, blowing them out of the way, which is kind of interesting because I think they might have been able to win that fight. Everybody on the red team was pretty low, and they do have the item advantage as well as gold advantage, but it's always nice to just back up and take a global objective like Dragon, because Dragon is pretty much guaranteed once you get people that low. Janna did ult. I don't think it was necessary, but at the same time, it was a safe move. She was able to use her ult. They were able to pick up Dragon. No harm, no foul, and a great suffer coming out with a little bit of extra damage coming from Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw being able to pick that up. The ultimate from Varus does snare both of them, and Varus gets the Ignite off onto Janna, but Janna's going to be able to survive without too many problems. I don't know why Janna's staying in this lane. That could be incredibly dangerous for her later on. Leona might just... Oh, she becomes level 4. Ouch. So Leona's incredibly underleveled. Yeah, she's only died twice, so I'm not exactly sure. Well, I wouldn't really say only, but she's died twice. I don't think she should be level 4 though. Varus has died 3 times and he's level 6. But 40 creep kills against Kog'Maw's 70 and 5 kills. I perceive this game to be a 20-minute surrender based on the 80 carry stats. But as I was going back before, the red team has 3 people that main as jungler, and then the blue team has 3 people that main as AD carry. So it's pretty surprising to see that, but the win rate of the Kog'Maw, he's 8-13, so he has a 38% chance of winning, according to his stats. That's what he currently has, which is pretty abysmal when it comes to stats of an AD carry. That's really, really bad, but as you can see, he's really proving himself. So either he just went into beast mode Kog'Maw this game, or red team has made quite a few mistakes. Oh, and a great flash coming up from Oriana, being able to dodge that explosive cast, pushing her way even further. It was a great attempt from Gragas, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite enough. And yeah, it looks like they're just going to continue to farm as much as possible. There's not too much action going on. Looks like Oriana's still taking a little bit of harass from Gragas and those barrels. Just those barrel rolls, so they're deceptively explosive. They do a lot of damage. Great AP scaling, and that's why it's one of the spells that you level first. Plus, it's a great zoning utility at the same time. Udyr is coming out from the back. It looks like, yeah, Riven is going to push this very hard. They're going to go for this kill. Malphite knows this, but Udyr is actually retreating, which is probably the smart thing to do, just to bait it out, force Skarner to go top. He's like, okay, they might be here. I need to make sure that nothing crazy goes down. And Skarner got pinged out by the blue team, and now they know he's going for Wraiths. Although there's only 1 Wraith left, there's only 1 Golem left. Udyr's just doing a phenomenal job at counter-jungling the Skarner at this point in the game. And the barrel roll coming out from Gragas, not really going to do anything because Wraiths still haven't respawned. Wraiths don't spawn for a minute. And he just finished off that last one. And a great bear stun coming out. I think we'll see some Tiger stance, get that extra single target damage. But then the ultimate, the unstoppable force, actually forcing him to retreat, or using it to retreat. And it's going to be in vain for the most part. Look, yes, the ultimate coming out from Skarner. Skarner does go down, and now the bear stun coming out from Udyr. The flash now coming out. Riven barely missing her stun. Unfortunate, but it was something that he needed to do. So yeah, that was very unfortunate. The key burst does not quite land. It was super close. That flash was perfectly timed. He definitely needed it, or else he was probably going to go down and die. Let's see who has a really good win ratio. Gragas has a 6-2. 6 wins, 2 losses as Gragas, so he's not too bad. It definitely has it up there, and he might actually add on to this, and a lot of damage coming from that barrel once again. And he does have that sustain. And Janna just taking a free tower shot. Looked like she wanted to do a little bit of damage, and nice tornado and barrel roll combo. It actually did quite a bit of damage. And now Skarner's going for the wolves, being pinged out, and a great bear stun coming out to Varus. Varus is going to use his ult, going to prevent him from going anywhere for just a little bit. And now it looks like he might not be able to get away. Ultimate coming out from Gragas, being able to separate the whole team, and followed up with the Janna ultimate, being able to separate even further. But the Oriana ultimate is going to condense them all into one little pile. And the red team has to disengage, but so does the blue team. Both teams are pretty low. They're about half health. And a great barrel roll coming out from Gragas. Gragas doing as much damage as he can. A great shield coming out, but the flash not quite getting over the rubble of the tower. And a great follow-up by Oriana being able to take out the kill. And now Malphite going in hard, being able to take out the Janna solo. Ooh, that was a lot of action. So red team is still pretty far behind. They're 8k gold behind at 14 minutes. So it's pretty significant. And as far as the gold is concerned, Kog'Maw already has 5,800 gold when nobody on the red team even has 4,000. Malphite's really close, but still not quite there. Almost 2,000 gold ahead of everybody on the other team. That is basically a free BF sword, plus a little bit extra. That's a lot. That's a lot, especially for a Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw just does so much sustained damage. She does percentage damage, so what red team is going to have to do is they're going to have to build health in order to sustain a lot of these fights. but then again, at the same time, Kog'Maw does percentage damage, and so that puts him into a really compromising position, because health is the best defensive stat. You build health before you build any armor or magic resist, and that's one of the things that a lot of people at the lower ELOs. Oh, and a great barrel roll coming out with the ultimate, the explosive cast. Oh my gosh. I love watching Gragas play. So he perfectly rolled that barrel into the bush from this one, so you didn't even see it go. It just went right through the terrain, just stand right here, and then right when Varus walked in that bush, boom, and then the ultimate just falling up. Absolutely phenomenal job by the Gragas. Who else has a really good win ratio? Let's see. Skarner actually has a 65.6% win ratio, going 21-11, which is really high. And Skarner kind of fell off out of favorability. I don't even know if that's a word. He's not a favorite champion anymore. He was played a lot. Quite a few months ago, he was played a lot, almost insta-ban or insta-pick. They nerfed him quite a bit, made him relatively difficult to jungle because of his lack of max mana. But with the growing popularity of Frozen Heart, it's possible that he might go that route, and then he won't really have those problems anymore. But currently, he's just holding out at the 2 gold per 10 items with the Ninja Tabby. And yes, Malphite is going to go for that Frozen Heart. So I don't exactly know what Skarner's going to be doing as far as protecting his mana issues that he's going to be having. Kog'Maw with double buff, that is absolutely terrifying. A fed Kog'Maw with double buffs is not going to be a fun time at all. But based off of, oh my gosh, Janna and Varus are going out 1 versus 1. Varus looks like he just kind of didn't notice that she was there. They were walking in tandem for a little bit and they didn't even notice each other. And great job by Riven being able to take out that top tower finally. She was farming behind the tower, making sure that red team loses out as much experience as possible. Now Malphite's coming up top. I don't think he's going to engage on this. He's only 1 level behind, but still, it's going to be relatively significant. He is level 11, so his ult does more damage than he did at level 10, obviously. And that's one of the key points. Like, 1 level difference can mean a lot depending on what level it is. Like, if you have one person at level 11 and the other person at level 10, that's a big difference. If you have one person level 5 and one person level 6, that's a huge difference. And ultimate coming out from Varus, and the solar flare coming out, and Leona doing a lot of damage. They're able to lock down that Kog'Maw, preventing him from doing any damage. And now the Acathian Surprise is gonna go off onto the minion wave. So, great job by Kog'Maw just being able to farm as much as possible. He did get caught out of position there. The great solar flare, followed up with the Zenith Blade, and the stun from her Shield of Daybreak. So, just absolutely great job by Leona. Leona definitely made huge plays on that particular exchange. Leona is actually 4 for 4, or 4 out of 8. So 4 wins, 4 losses, 50% win ratio. The Oriana is 3 and 3. So it looks like the champions that the red team is playing, they're not very proficient with. The Varus is 2 and 5 with Varus. So the only people that really have a lot of experience are going to be the Skarner and the Malphite, with over 30 games on each of those champions. But you really, I feel that you really need to play a champion about 20 times to get a great understanding of that particular champion, and about 50 to 100 times to be proficient and at tournament level. If you're, I would say about 50 games until you're about tournament level with that champion. Of course, it depends on your ELO and how fast you learn, but on average, to me, it takes about, I would say, about 50 games to be at tournament level with a champion. So a lot of times when new champions come out, people play them and they're like, oh, this champion's not good, they suck, they blah 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 blah. But that's just because you kind of haven't experimented with the builds, and just being like runes build, masteries build, skill order, item builds. Like, there's so many different builds that you can mix and match. It's almost infinite, and that's the great dynamics of League of Legends. Of course, it also depends on who you're going up against. Blue team is going very aggressive on a 19-minute Baron, and red team has absolutely no idea. And they're going to get this for free. Kog'Maw is an absolute monster when it comes to taking down the Baron, and so is a Tiger Stance-based Udyr. And I don't really get to see many Udyrs, and I'm glad I get to see Udyr, especially Dinh. Dinh is known for his aggressive Udyr, and I really like Tiger Stance. I think Of course, Tiger Stance is a lot more single target damage, but I think that's an absolute wonderful build. I know he's not really meant for that because he's kind of a jungler. Forcing the flash out from Oriana because of the Void Ooze, slowing her down significantly. Wonderful job by the Kog'Maw, great placement, forcing out the flash, because without that flash, Oriana probably would have gotten caught out. And now blue team's just kind of waiting for the next creep wave, waiting for their health to increase, and a big burst from that barrel going on Varus. Varus is so low, so super squishy. He's 5 deaths already. He's gonna go for a long range Q. I don't think he does have his ultimate, so if they clump up, they're gonna be able to get a great ultimate. Already taking quite a bit of damage from the barrel roll once again, and this is just not looking good for the red team so far. They're 13k gold behind, and the barrel coming out, being able to zone, and Skarner's just going to run into it for funsies. It looks like it's possible that he gave up. I don't really know. And a lot of damage coming out of the Varus. Once again, almost taking him down to half with the barrel. It's probably taking about 2/3. Great Oriana ult, being able to get the Riven, and the Janna ult just shoving them even further. But Riven is able to get out of there for whatever reason. It was absolutely ridiculous, because when Janna ulted, Skarner still had his ultimate on her, and so she got thrown even further into their team. She did use her flash in the last proc of her broken wings, so it did gain her quite a bit of distance, which is also why she's incredibly powerful. And again, a lot of damage. Oh, and the great ultimate followed up by the barrel from Gragas. Gragas doing a ridiculous amount of focusing on that Varus, making sure Varus never stays in this game. Definitely don't want Varus to get fed in any way. Varus is 0-6 right now. 89 creep kills at 22 minutes into the game. That is, I want to say it's embarrassing, because it kind of is. And a great initiate from the Malphite, and Malphite does do a great job, but they do surrender. So great game. That was a very quick game, actually, but it was still a good game. I might do another game because that was a little bit too short, and I kind of came in later on into the game. So we'll see what happens. But then again, if you guys like my videos, make sure to subscribe and like my videos. I'm really trying to aim for that partnership so I can provide better content for you guys, and also get more eyes on my videos. The more eyes, which means the more feedback I get. The more feedback I get means the better I get at this. So I will provide you guys with better content, better overall casting, and everything like that. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment if you have any comments. If they're negative, go ahead, leave them anyway. If you don't feel like you want to publicize it, just send me a private message. I don't have problems with negative feedback, so just let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. And thanks for watching. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.